Broadcast live.
Coming to you live.
We're live
From the basement of an abandoned training facility where we talk about fighting, training, and events. It's the Fight Mixer Show on the Three Beards Podcast, where you can hear about all the local and world combat sports happenings. Get ready. It's time to gear up and square up because we're going live.
And now,
Broadcasting live.
We will broadcast live
with Craig, Chris, Austin, and Matt on the Fight Mixer Show.
Podcast. My name is Craig. Alongside with me is Austin. Our number one MMA fan in the state of Florida is with us, Debbie Gamble. And we would like to welcome to the show our guest of the evening right now, Mr. Marquis Faith, fighting in the Rise Promotions. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, man. I'm doing all right today. How you doing?
Really good. Hey, I want to thank you both for joining us. Sorry we kicked it off a little late, for everybody, but we're going to make up for that. We had a little technical. Chris, the other host, he's having some issues. He's not able to get in either. So if he's able to figure it out, he'll get here. So first off, sir, I don't know if you've watched any of the previous shows or not from us. I'm waiting on this. If you saw how we came across you and Trap in your fight, did you see any of that?
No, I saw like a snippet of his interview on here, but prior to that, no, I hadn't.
Yeah, so we through Debbie, she knew, she sent information. So I booked him. I didn't even know all the history between his wife and the other. I said I didn't even get it, and that all was organic. We fell right in the middle of it. I mean, it was like all of a sudden there's just shots lobbing back and forth. And we're like, what the hell's going on? Yeah. We had no idea. And then all of a sudden we look it up with him, had him booked, and we saw your fight, and we're like, I got to have him on too. And that's when I messaged you that day. I'm like, dude, you want to come on the show? So thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm glad to be here.
All right. So what date are we looking at right now?
I guess the whispered date is July 4th. So I guess we're looking at July 4th right now, which is a Saturday.
Yeah, so that's good. Now, have they got a venue possibly yet, or is that still kind of up there?
I believe it's still the same venue, which is going to be Palm Beach State College. So I've talked to Armando a few times. He didn't say anything. At first, he was saying the location may change, but that was when the date was still set for April 25th. But of course, dead in the middle of the pandemic, it completely slowed everything up. So now that it's going to be almost 2 months out, I believe it's still going to be the same place. Not sure, not for certain, 100% certain, but I believe so.
Yeah. So you're still getting prepared up there in Atlanta? Is that where you're still?
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
Staying as prepared as I can be.
Yeah. So, what have you been finding besides just like the typical, like everybody, bench pressing the dog, shadow? I mean, it's just
honestly, right. I've been doing a lot of cardio,
nice.
A lot of push-ups, dips. I was hoping by now, we'd be able to really get back into the gym, but even certain gyms are opening right now, but they're still under certain restrictions as far as distancing and amount of people in classes. So still can't do any sparring sessions right now. Mainly, so I'm doing a lot of cardio, resistance weight. So I'm gonna actually probably get me a bike and try to get some good cardio in on some bike riding too.
There you go. Now, this is gonna be your first pro bout, correct?
No, this is gonna be my second amateur MMA.
Okay, so you're still amateur on the thing.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I apologize about that. I thought I just saw that in there.
No, that's all right.
Yeah. No. we'll get you down here. Like I said, we're trying to open up as much stuff as we can down here in Florida. So,
Yeah.
get you down this way. No, so I watched a couple interviews for you, and one of the ones was you're talking about your boxing background. That from, I think you said you were between 9 and 13 is when you did a lot of boxing. 8.
Yeah, between 8 to about 14, 15.
Yeah. And so have you found, a preference? I mean, is it pretty much you just go with it, whatever happens, or do you prefer to try to keep it upright, or do you,
I honestly, I try to look for, because my stand up is great. My stand up is great. My ground game, I wouldn't say is great, but I think I'm a pretty good jiu-jitsu guy. Wrestling I used to do, but I didn't go extensively in wrestling, but I can do some wrestling. So since I look for where I can expose a weakness, so I feel I'm balanced enough in every aspect. So wherever I feel their weakest point is typically where I aim. You know what I'm saying? But anytime I can just stand and, outhand a person, I mean, that's always going to be my probably top pick.
All right. Yeah. So there's some big questions, not, sorry, no pun intended there. About, the weight class, because that's not a normal one. There's not many things that have a super heavyweight.
Absolutely.
So was that one of the reasons, like it's been a little difficult to get some of these bouts?
Yeah. I've been fighting for a while. I started training MMA about 6 years ago. I had some weight issues because I injured myself in college, had complete knee reconstruction, complete blowout, ACL, MCL, PCL, LCL, meniscus. So throughout that process, I gained a lot of weight. Then a few years ago, I actually got shot, and I was in the hospital a few days. Yeah, so life kind of took over on me, and in the midst of that, what I'm saying, I just had a lot of mental problems, just mental strain, what I'm saying, just trying to take care of certain stuff, and my weight kind of got the best of me. But the thing is me at 340, 350 pounds, I can do a lot of stuff I know a lot of people my weight can't do. You know what I'm saying? So, it's been hard getting fights at this weight. You know what I'm saying? Because even if, especially in Georgia, you know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like Florida is actually a really good place for super heavyweights for whatever reason. But in Georgia, it is so hard to get a super heavyweight fight. It's tough enough to get a heavyweight fight. Even a few years ago, I had 4 heavyweight fights lined up, and every guy backed out on me. Every one of them. I was supposed to fight last year in July in Tennessee, a super heavyweight fight, and the guy backed out on me. So, every fight I've had at least 8 fights scheduled, and I've had so many of them back out on me.
So heavyweight, obviously UFC, I think it's like 234 to 265. What's the weight requirement, like minimum and maximum for super heavyweight?
There is no max.
Okay, so it's just
everything 265 and everything 266 and above is legal. Like it. Actually, one of the guys I was supposed to fight in Tennessee was 505.
Damn.
Yeah. 505.
Wow, man. Surprisingly, I'm gonna expand on that. I'm just saying, okay, 505. All right, you're 340, 350. He is another person. You're basically in a tag team bout with 2 people at that point.
Did you say you were fighting him, or?
I was supposed to, but he backed out.
When you look at that, what's your strategy? Like, all right, he's almost double my weight. Like,
see, with a guy that heavy, no matter how good jiu-jitsu or wrestling or technique you may have, getting under a person that heavy is the worst thing you can ever do. Yeah. The main thing is to stay on your feet and do not let him get on top of you. That's the worst thing you can do, because you're gonna kill it. Like, see, I'm 350 and I roll and do some rolling with a lot of guys high level. And I know one of the toughest things for them to do is get from under me when I lay on top of them, and I'm 350. So just imagine a guy, you know, 500 pounds.
I've used this example before, but I'm just the movie Bloodsport. I'm just picturing Frank Dukes versus that Japanese guy, that giant guy coming. Your only option at that point is just the low blow shot. Just pow.
Absolutely.
Can't imagine.
Typically, you got to slow those guys down, man, because if they get on top of you, it's trouble.
Well, in that case, I mean, it's just, I guess in a way, it's just like, you look like this super, I'm just this cut guy next to the 505. I mean, you're just going to run circles around it the whole time. I'm going to out cardio you. I'm not going to have to worry about hitting you. I'm just going to run you.
Absolutely. Because one thing about it, a guy, like, I feel I'm in pretty good shape for a man 350. Like I said, I can do a lot of stuff. Like, it just kind of blossomed, but I got a video on YouTube. It has like 2 million videos. I did a backflip at work and some slats. And if you can go on YouTube, you type in YouTube and type in 300-pound backflip, and it's me at work. And I'm
afraid to do a somersault that I'm going to.
I can't even do a cartwheel.
I'm going to try to do a shoulder roll and stuff like that, and I'm going to come out like I think my shoulder's broken.
And it was actually kind of crazy because when I did it, I hadn't backflipped in probably years. And we were at work, and the guys I used to sell cars, and the guys just we were just talking, doing some small talking. They're like, I bet you can't do it now. And I ended up winning probably like, I don't know, $800 or so that day. They were just, oh, well, do it now. And I just literally on a whim just did it.
Oh, this isn't a slam at all. But if you walked up, it's like 350 pounds. I'm going to do a backflip. I'm putting money on that. That's not happening.
Yeah, I just watched that video. That was impressive. I can't even come close to doing that. Jesus.
I would gladly hand you whatever money I bet you, saying,
yeah, there you go. Matt just put it up for us. The producer put it up. You guys can watch that video, man. That was great.
That's it.
It's like we'll have to. Yeah, everybody just check that out. Yeah, that
was incredible.
Wow.
I actually sold the video to Ridiculousness. It's on Ridiculousness episode season 13. I forget what episode it is, but they actually showed it on Ridiculousness.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Definitely gonna check that out. So now, when did you sign with Rise?
What was it?
Prior to that?
It was no after. It was after that. He actually Awa, who runs 305 fights, she called me probably a few weeks after my fight for 305, and she was like, "Yeah, I got a guy out of Florida too. He runs Rise, and he wants to get you on his card. Can I give him your number?" I said, "Yeah." So I talked to Armando that day. We had a pretty good talk, and he's a really good guy. So that was the day I actually signed with them.
There you go.
Nice. So how did the happen with Trap? I mean, how did that come about? I mean, was that just something like he was interested in a fight, you were interested in a fight?
You kind of cut out. You might have to repeat it. You kind of cut out.
The thing about how it came about with Trap and you, was it just due to, like you said, it's not as many people are in that fight class, or was it we have these two guys that want to do it?
Well, I guess he's been, I don't know, training or wanting to get a fight. He ended up, I guess, signing to fight some other guy. I can't remember his name. I think his name was like Billy something. I guess he ended up backing out, and so I guess, of course, it's hard to find super heavyweight. So I guess he saw my fight at 305. Armando saw my fight at 305. He called me and said, "I got a guy named Trap Gambino, and I got an open spot. If you're looking for a fight." And I told him absolutely.
That's cool. That's cool. We want to see, just from seeing that side of this thing and then talking with you. It's like, I really want to see this fight go down, just so that way we can, it's one of those. All camps will be finally settled.
Absolutely.
And then then we can talk about after that thing. So what got you so interested in MMA? I mean, was there one thing that got you
Honestly, it's weird. When after I injured myself in college, football life was actually I talked to one of my friends and he was like, "Man, I got some opportunities over in Canada, the CFL. Would you mind coming down?"
Nice.
And I actually just had my daughter, and I was like, "Now I don't know. I don't really want to be that far away." My daughter, literally, she might have been a few months old, so I actually turned that down. But one of my friends who was actually playing football at that time, he was like, "Man, I think." He's like, "Man, I think you'd be real good at MMA. I know you boxed and you did karate. So I think you should really try it out." And I had no clue really what it was. I was like, "What? I mean, like that UFC stuff?" And he was like, "Yeah." I said, "Man, I don't know, man. That's crazy. They be kneeing, you know what I'm saying?" And this was probably like this was about 2012, 2013. I'm like, "Man, I don't know." He was like, "Man, listen, just do it." Because at that time I was going through a lot, you know what I'm saying, mentally, kind of in a depressed mode. So he said, "Man, just give it a shot." Like, okay. So he sent me to this gym, X3 Sports, up in like Midtown. So I said, okay. I get there, and he says, they kind of walk me through. I look at the fight team. I'm like, okay, I can give it a shot. I signed up to that gym, and I mean, from that day on, it was just, I mean, I was pumping out work. I mean, I'm going 3 days, 4 days. I mean, literally back to back to back from Muay Thai class to Jiu-Jitsu class to boxing class to MMA training. And from there, I just fell in love with it.
That's cool. It's one. I know Austin's trying to get with the gym here in the Winter Garden, Florida area, and try to get in that. And it's one of those things too. It's amazing. People, you get done training, it's exhausting, but God, it feels good. I mean, I want to get back to a gym. It's been
Literally, it's exhausting, but you feel so good through that pain. You know what I'm saying? It's a good pain.
Well,
I mean,
the best part was I walked into the gym and I said, I want to just learn MMA and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I'll do a podcast too." And the guy goes, "Cool, I want to go on. We can go on and talk about how the MMA deteriorates your body." And I was like, "I don't know if I want to do MMA anymore." Like, that's what I do. I'm like, this is the place for me. I want to go do MMA right now. This is time to go.
Yeah, So obviously that you got this fight coming up now with Rise. I mean, do they look like they've got a couple of people, out there that you can take on other fights too as well instead of just one and done?
Well, I think they have a few other super heavyweights, but I did actually I got with the sponsor, Heathen Union Clothing Company. And she's a big time trainer. I believe she's somewhere on the West Coast. I believe Utah. But I've been talking to her lately, and I've got they're gonna be able to get me a lot of other fights. So,
Nice.
whether that's with Rise or just from promotion there. But we've been doing a lot of good talking. I've had some good conversations with them, and they're looking to put me in a pretty good spot from this point on. So.
Oh yeah, well that's just it. I mean, we won't wish you the best. I mean, we want to see you guys.
I appreciate it.
I mean, that's kind of our thing is like we wanted to interview a scout sheet, but at the same time, we really want to give this platform to people like yourself that are up and coming. Get your story out there because we want to know the inside of this game as well as just everything everybody sees on TV. We want to know about the people as they get there, the people that are in the gym right now.
I think he's testing something. Matt's testing something right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, sorry, we're like flipping around.
Our buddy Chris, he's having internet issues tonight with other guests too. But he has a question. What part of Georgia are you from?
I'm actually not from Georgia. I'm from New York, Rochester, New York.
Okay.
I moved to Atlanta actually after college. I went to school at Bethune-Cookman, Daytona Beach. I was there for 2 years. Then I came back to Atlanta because my mom moved here. and I've been here ever since.
Gotcha.
Ever since I blew my knee out.
Damn. Well, I know obviously right now with the quarantine and stuff, we can't go to events. But where can we watch the fight? Hopefully July 4th. Where can we watch it at?
There will definitely be a link. I'm not sure if by then we'll be able to have, I guess, fans. I believe we should by that time, but I'm not sure. But if not, there will be a link that I'm sure. I don't know if it'll be pay-per-view or not, but
Yeah.
which there's a possibility it could be a pretty big fight. So.
The other question, I don't know if you can see it or not. The person asked, well, how easily do you feel it can beat the brakes off a trap? Do you think it's gonna be a landslide or it's gonna be a good fight?
Well, I'm good. Well, I'm not looking for a good fight. I'm looking for a punishing fight.
There you go.
Like I said, I'm coming off a loss that I don't even feel I deserve. You know what I'm saying? But it's a loss nonetheless, so I got to take it on the chin. But I'm coming in there to really, you know what I'm saying, to really hand out some pain and really just completely dominate this fight. Like,
there you go.
No, I don't want the scissors. I'm just going in there to really completely dominate this fight.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you don't want to take up too much. Because, like I said, you don't want to criticize judges and stuff, and the refs.
Absolutely.
You're going to most likely run into them again. But that fight, like you were talking, because he basically stopped the fight when you said, I wasn't even struggling. I was just in the process of trying to get back up.
Exactly. There was no struggle. There was no struggle at all. I don't know why he stopped the fight, and it was so weird because when I got in kind of the turtle position, I was just really just trying to shield some shots to look for a spot. Because, I mean, this is super heavyweight. We're all big. We all throw big shots. So as I'm in the turtle position and I got my hand here, I'm just looking for a spot, possibly when he slows down to get up without giving him a clear shot. And then he literally throws 2 shots. And in the process of that, I see the ref stop the fight, and I look up, and the first thing I see is this guy. It's a skinny guy standing there, and he's literally standing there like, kind of like almost like, what just happened? But it didn't recollect to me at the time. So once I go back downstairs and I get back up, I come outside, and he's standing there. He said, "Hey, well, you know who I am?" I'm like, "No." He was like, he said, "I back the money for these events." He was like, and I felt that stoppage was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He said, "I never felt you were hurt." You know what I'm saying? He said, "I felt you were always, under control." He said, "I didn't feel that. I thought it was a terrible stoppage." And I thought the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, from a fight, and any fighter at that point in the fight, you don't ever feel like a ref should stop a fight. So I know sometimes we can be clouded, but I really felt truly like it was a bad stoppage. And I feel like it robbed me of a opportunity. But like I say, we live and we learn. I just know next time.
Yeah, it seems like between all the referees and all the Titan, Rise, UFC, they need to go to school because yours got stopped early, and a couple UFC fights didn't get stopped early enough. So it looks like they need to go back to training.
I was thinking about, because when I just watched the Alistair Overeem and Walt Harris fight, when in that, the last 30 seconds of the fight, I'm literally watching Overeem kind of tee off, on Walt, and I know Walt is already dazed, and at the minute I'm watching it, I'm seeing my fight over again because Walt is literally in the same position I'm in, with his hand up guarding. And, some of the shots are clipping his elbow, but the ref he's letting them go. I said, okay. I didn't get that, I didn't get that same opportunity. I didn't get that.
No, it's, kind of like touching on that a little bit, one too, is, that a couple of the earlier, did you watch most of that card?
Yes, I did.
Dude, that Vera one, there's no way that China, so there's no way he beat him.
I felt it was a lot, like even the Eric Anders fight. I kind of gave that fight to Eric Anders. Jaco he was cleaner. He was more clean that fight. But Anders pushed the pace. Actually, I gave him credit for one takedown. I don't think they ended up giving him credit for the one takedown he got, but I actually gave him credit for the takedown he got. And he pushed the pace. I mean, he backed him up the entire fight. And then that Angela Hill fight was just kind of terrible itself. Yeah, that Angela Hill fight was pretty bad.
But I for myself, I think that card was hands down one of the best ones out of the whole three.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, 249 had some
Absolutely.
really good ones, but I mean that card seemed to be the most like actual action throughout the whole thing.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, that Francis Ngannou card kind of let me down a little bit, but that was a great card.
So what are we gonna call this fight for you? Redemption?
Absolutely.
This is the redemption battle.
I can't give it any other name. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely redemption time.
Yeah, this is redemption, July 4th. You know.
Absolutely.
There we go. Yeah, because we kind of a roundabout way, we ended up giving him the bad guy, nickname. So he kind of took all the bad boy gear, the bad guy. So
I don't even know if he adapted it, or because it's crazy. Literally ever since like this fight aside, I've been getting like random messages from people who, I guess just hate this guy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's bad.
But I don't know. He says it's not him. You know what I'm saying? If he says it's not him, so
yeah.
And I don't have, you know what I'm saying? I don't have definitive proof of whether it is or not, or if he's done it all. So I'm not sure, but all I know is I can go in there, go into the fight, and try to dominate and do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what we told him. It's like, we're not in this. I just want to give you equal time because we fell into the middle of this thing. It's like this party said this. We want to let you say your side, and now let's get to the fight, and now let's get you two on there. I go, and then everybody can make their judgment after that part. Just after the fight itself. So, what nickname are we going to go for you? Because all I've seen is Marquis Faith. What's the
my actual fight name is Duppy Boy. DUPPYBWOY.
Okay.
It's a Caribbean. Duppy in Jamaica means like ghost. So
okay,
you know what I'm saying? That's essentially
nice
what it means. My parents are from Jamaica, so
yeah. So
that's where that comes from.
You see like McGregor and a bunch of other fighters, go up and down a weight class. Do you see yourself like going down to heavyweight at any point? Or you're happy with
to be honest, if I want to advance my career, I'm pretty sure I'll have to, go down to heavyweight unless I maybe go to Japan. I know Japan has a boatload of super heavyweights.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I can, if I'm thinking of going to Japan, which I don't think I would. It's a possibility, but other than that, I'm sure I'd have to. Honestly, you know what? To be honest, just because it's so hard to get me fights at super heavyweight, I figure I'll probably be down to heavyweight by the end of the year. Honestly,
like you said, there's no minimum for super heavyweight. It's
exactly. So I can.
So you can keep going.
Exactly. So there's no need in me keeping a weight on, just because, like I say, especially if I get down to, let's just say 280, there's nothing for me to, if I find a fight at super heavyweight, or if I want to go ahead and just drop a few pounds and get the heavyweight.
There you go. Yeah, it's simple.
that'll be awesome. So, all right. So besides the gym and your sponsor, is there anybody else that you want to plug, give a shout out, make sure that they get recognition right now?
Well, just everybody that kind of supported me through hard times, all my friends and family, and supported with my sponsors. Bought t-shirts, masks, hoodies. I appreciate everybody. Pushing for me and just sending me their best wishes.
Do you have a site or anything for people to buy gear?
Oh yes, I do. The link is kind of long, but on my Facebook, the link is there. But the main site is going to be Heathen Union Clothing Company. There, and if you can just type in my name and you'll find my line, my MMA line. But the direct link is on my Facebook.
Nice. All right.
Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, perfect. Like I said, and same thing on Instagram. I think look up here. I'll try to make sure we follow you there. And the same thing.
Absolutely.
we'll try to get some love that way. And the same thing, if you wouldn't mind sharing this and we can help get your name that way as well too.
You guys have been great. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. So I can't do anything but reciprocate it.
Yeah.
Hey, well, we really appreciate that. I mean, and I want to thank you for taking the shot at coming on here too. Some strange guy is messaging you saying, "Hey, who the hell is this guy?" Hey, he just some dude randomly texted me. He's like, "Come on!" And and I told the guys, I'm like, "Oh my God, we got the other half of the fight. He's coming on." I'm like,
yeah, I wasn't gonna miss it. I couldn't miss it.
Oh no, I won't lie, total fanboy here. Every time somebody says yes, it's like.
Because we did interviews with UCF and stuff like that, and the football players, and they're just like, yeah, question, and it's like MMA fighters, it's like y'all are so laid back, you're more fun to interview. It's great.
They really MMA fighters are actually a lot more laid back in interviews. Just kind of cool, go with the flow, which is me to a T. So.
Yeah. You don't have an athletics department telling you what you can and can't say.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It was annoying.
Yeah.
No, so, well, sir, I really want to appreciate you coming on, and you're welcome on anytime. I mean, you just message us.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
We'll add you to our green room thing. What we do is occasionally we need somebody. We'll put a shout out there saying, "Hey, anybody want to come on?" And if you're available, tell us yes. We'll bring you up because we have
anytime, man. Anytime.
We have those guest host slots.
Yeah,
we kind of like that having, because then we have another voice that's going to ask a question that we're not going to think of.
Exactly.
And so we like doing that. So put you on there. We'll do that. Like I said, but sir, I'll let you get back to family, friends. What you're hanging out there. I want to thank you again so much for coming in. Wish you the best. I said we'll look forward to watching this fight. So as an observer, and we'll sit here and it's like, all right, here we go. Let's have that fight.
I'm gonna give you guys a show, man. So don't worry about it.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a great evening.
All right, you too. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking with you. All right, everybody. This episode has been brought to you by Brat's Beard Care. Check him out at bratsbeardcare.com. Use promo code 3beards. And just like that with the sponsor, look who shows up. The third beard.
The third beard.
On cue.
The third beard.
Well, the beards are together. So I teased on the last episode that there might be something that we might be able to announce in the future. We'll give another little teaser here. All of us were sent some samples. I'm going to have Austin maybe Chris has one right there.
It's really bad.
It's going to be a little see. We have nice little testers of our signature. It's going to be a signature blend that's going to be for ours. So we have a couple of different ones that we're choosing through to see which ones we like, and so we're in the works of that. So that's in the future. We will have our own blend to go in with Kelly Brat. And so go to his site, promo code 3beards, capital
AT&T, you're being funny tonight. Don't get AT&T internet.
And we've lost that sponsor. Awesome.
That's all we want to do anyway. Okay.
Yeah, so Nanny Cakes, Nancy Burke. Go check her out on Facebook at Nanny Cakes 407. Call her at 407-923-2898.
Everything's opening back up. Baby weddings, baby showers, whatever, and they're opening back up. So
mention us at 3 Beards. You're gonna get 15% off that order. Everybody, like I said, we are on almost every podcast platform out there.
Except Spotify, obviously.
Yeah, right?
We're not Joe Rogan status yet.
We're on Spotify. We're just on Pandora.
Oh, yeah. We don't want Pandora anyway.
We're still. But everybody, if you guys could take a chance, this is one of the things like us helping exposure, helping these fighters get their name out too. If everybody can, on a podcast, if you listen to us, could you give us a review?
Yeah.
5-star. If you love it, 5-star review. I mean, I don't want fake reviews on there. Yeah. If you love it, please. But if you could review for us, everybody like, share, subscribe on Instagram, Twitter, especially Instagram. If you guys see us on there, could you follow us, share this out with your followers, just send that stuff out, because the more that we grow, the more that these fighters like Marquis are going to get exposure, and the fight between him and Trap are going to get more interest, and it's only going to help everybody.
You don't see super heavyweight fights anywhere. You want to get them more promotions. We want to see them on UFC Fight Pass, So
Exactly.
do it.
And it's only going to help. So like, share, with everybody. I feel like it's a telethon, every time we go here. It's just, but right now at this point, it helps us, the more we get the word out there, the more, it makes it easier for us to pull the trigger on people showing up because they're like, oh yeah,
I'm telling you, I can't wait.
I got to go get mine out of the mailbox. I haven't checked it yet.
Good.
So check us out, threebeardspodcast.com. We've got merchandise up there as well. Hats, cups, shirts, beanbag chair. That's
beanbag chair. Come on. We got a bet going.
Got a bet going. I will come on the air without my shirt with the painted words, "I was wrong," if somebody buys that beanbag chair. So that's I feel I'm pretty safe on that bet. So
Chris is pretty safe in his bet too. So
I know exactly, but this one I feel like is a little more realistic than saying Florida State's going 12-0. Easy to say. He's not here.
You got to find too.
So I'm looking at I got to look at the schedule real quick. Give everybody a heads up what's coming up. Apologize. Should have had that up and ready to go prior.
All right, let's see here.
We've got Lucas Rosa and Serena De Jesus coming on Sunday. So Lucas Rosa, his brother is Charles Rosa, who is just on UFC 249. So we'll be talking to Charles' brother Lucas and getting to see what's going on with him and his career, and then having I just forgot Serena De Jesus coming on after, a little bit later after him. So please stop by on Sunday, check that out. Everybody have a great evening. Hopefully Chris will be able to join us instead of popping in for a sponsor. Yeah, like I said, the internet's working great. So apologize there, Blake Chadwick, we tried to get him in with technical difficulties. Some reason both of them couldn't get in. So apologize for that, sir. We will get you rescheduled. We'll get that, redo him on that. So everybody have a great evening. Thanks again. Have a great night, and we will see you Sunday.
See ya.
Good night.